Hi, and welcome to this very special presentation here at the British Columbia Children's Hospital, where in just a few minutes, Her Royal Highness Diana, the Princess of Wales, will be coming to tour the Children's Hospital and visit with the children who are anxiously awaiting her arrival. I'm Donna Alstead, and joining me in the studio is Ruth McKenzie, the Assistant Director of Nursing. Welcome, Ruth. I'm glad you could come.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Before we get started, I'd just like to say that thanks to Ruth's enthusiasm and interest, along with the Children's Hospital Administration funding and efforts, along with a private donor, we can bring this presentation to you via a closed-circuit television system today. We are also not coming just from the studio today, but we are also coming from 4 other locations. And those locations we will go to one by one, starting with the arrival point of Princess Diana, which will be the admitting entrance to Children's Hospital. Now we have our next camera in the main foyer of the Children's Hospital, and we'll go there now. Okay, another big group of people, and somebody giving instructions of some sort.
That happens to be Bill Bean, I believe, who's the head of our public relations department. So Bill has been a very busy person for the last couple of weeks getting this whole tour arranged. And I think there's far more work to this sort of thing than people like myself would ever realize.
Our third location is the solarium up on the 2nd floor, and here we are, a couple of children sitting here.
The children really have been busy decorating this area in preparation for the princess's visit.
Okay. Our next location then is the oncology area, and we'll go to that. We have an empty corridor here, but the princess, I believe, will be coming through that door and then through into the nursing station, and from there she will be visiting various children, perhaps in their own private rooms. Will she not, Ruth?
That is correct, and the instructions are that if the princess decides to go into a patient's room, she will go in alone, and so that we, with the cameras, will not be able to follow her into the rooms, because I think she would like the interaction that takes place between the princess and the patients to be private. So there will be times when I anticipate we will actually lose sight of her. You notice the children there are wearing the Children's Hospital t-shirt?
Yes.
And at the end of the royal visit, we will see 2 of our patients making a presentation to the princess, in that we will be giving her 2 Children's Hospital t-shirts to take home to her sons.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be delighted. Now, I think we'll be going back to the courtyard and to see more of the children and more of what's going on there.
We're down in the solarium on the 3rd floor of Children's Hospital. We're waiting with a group of very, very excited children. I have a little boy right here that's very excited. Hi, what's your name?
Dallas.
And what did you do for the princess today that's very special that you really hope she'll notice?
Made a hat.
You made a hat. It's very, very pretty. Did you make that hat because the princess wears hats? Is that why? You tell me about
Yes.
it. And do you think the princess is going to be wearing a hat today?
Yes.
Just for you, eh? And I'd like to talk to Miss Martin here, who's been with the children very patiently this morning. What's it been like to be with the children this morning?
It's been a delight. They're all so excited. They can hardly wait for the princess to come. They're enjoying every minute of it.
Has it been difficult keeping everybody calm?
No, I think they're so excited and watching what's going on. It's keeping them very busy.
Well, it's very, very exciting. Some of the children have brought their friends with them this morning. Would you like to tell me what your friend's name is here? You wouldn't? You told me earlier. What's his name? Is he a very special friend, somebody you'd like to introduce to the princess? No? Okay. Good morning. What's your name?
Jean.
And how old are you, Jean?
12.
And what are you looking forward to this morning?
Well, I'm giving her this flower and trying to shake her hand.
And do you think that she's going to be excited about what she sees here this morning, all the children waiting for her?
I think so.
And good morning. What's your name?
Nadia.
And are you excited about being here to see the princess this morning? Good. And how about you? Can you give us your name?
Jeffrey.
And have you ever seen a princess, Jeffrey?
No.
What do you think this princess is going to look like?
A hat with flowers and a big light blue dress.
What's your name?
Corey.
And Corey, what are you going to be saying to the princess this morning? Do you know?
Please.
You've got a present for the princess, haven't you? What have you got there?
Flowers.
And do you think the princess is going to be wearing a hat this morning?
Yeah.
What color hat do you think?
Blue.
Blue. Did you see her when she was down at Expo this year?
Yeah, I saw her on television.
Oh, that's really exciting. Okay, well, as I see everybody's waiting with anticipation. They're hoping the princess is already here at the hospital. We're not sure if she is, but we're just going to wait here until she is. So back to you, Donna.
And we'll follow them through. It looks, and here she is.
Yes.
Okay. Let's
Nice.
hope our cameras can stay there
Nice
on
to
her. Okay. She's wearing a lovely red hat, and it looks like a dress with a white scarf.
There she-
And she looks terribly, terribly calm and assured after yesterday's fainting spell.
She's chatting now to Ian Pitfield, who is the chairman of the board at Children's Hospital.
And who is that beside him?
That will be the Honorable Robert McClellan and Mrs. McClellan. And of course, to Mr. Pitfield's right will be his wife, Mrs. Pitfield. But they seem to be having quite a conversation,
Yes,
don't
do.
they?
She looks very intent
Yes.
on all of this. I think this is what she's been waiting for ever since she arrived.
Maybe it will be the highlight of her trip.
I hope so.
Now being presented to Mrs. Pitfield, but we didn't quite pick that up. The gentleman there is John Tegenfeld, the
John
Executive
Tegenfeld.
Director of Children's Hospital. She's chatting with right now. And of course on his right is Mrs. Tegenfeld.
Now, while she's here, then, she will be specifically visiting the oncology area and the solarium.
On the
where
third
children
floor.
are waiting for her
Yes.
on the third floor. And passing through the main foyer, which it looks like she'll be doing fairly shortly. And I guess the camera can't pick it up, but the lovely mosaic on the wall there, which I think is
It's very attractive.
delightful, yes.
Very attractive. She's moving now into the main foyer.
Okay. So we'll just wait until she gets into the main foyer, and then we'll go back and pick her up as she
There
enters.
she is.
There she is.
Coming in, being escorted by Mr.
Yes.
Pitfield
Applause
and
is-
Mrs. Tegenfeld.
Heard all around.
Ah.
And there the children are, looking in awe. I'm sure terribly excited. I don't
Isn't
think
it-
we can quite pick up the
What she's-
exchange between them, so we'll just have to use our imaginations. And look at
Looks
all
like
those
she's
little
going to be
bouquets.
overwhelmed
she's
with
going to be overwhelmed with
flowers.
flowers, yes.
But it looks like she's stopping to speak to each child.
That's delightful.
It'll be a very memorable moment for them. These are daisy chains, I believe, that the children have made to give to her.
They look like miniature lilies or something.
Yes.
They're very lovely. She's collecting them. There she sits. Do you think it's your swappers?
A number of the children have also written letters to the princess. And I think that these letters are going to be presented to her as she's leaving the hospital.
Okay. Now, after great applause,
She's now going into the elevator.
okay, she's in the elevator, and we'll have to wait till she rides the elevator up to the second floor, the third floor, to the solarium, where she will once again visit with more of the children who are waiting for her there. In the meantime, as many of you are aware, Princess Diana has 2 children of her own. She's also actively involved in many of the children's groups over in Britain, among them being a cancer fund for children, the British Red Cross Youth, and the National Children's Orchestra. And before marrying the Prince of Wales, she was a kindergarten teacher.
So she obviously has
obviously, yes, interest in
children.
children is high on her list. We're back on her now. She's visiting one of the children who is laying in a bed. A big white teddy bear.
Yes, she must be in the solarium right now. And I would think prior to reaching the solarium, she would have been generally presented to administration and probably the senior medical staff. But it would look to me as if she has moved right into the solarium to speak to the children.
Again, we can't pick up the conversation here. Our mics will not reach that far, and I assume she would like to keep it in private anyway. She looks very comfortable.
Very relaxed.
She's in her element. No question about that. And yet more flowers.
I'm impressed with the amount of time she's taking with each child.
Yes.
You know, she does not give the appearance of being hurried, or that this is a bore. She looks like she's rather enjoying herself.
What a thrill it must be for these kids to be able to actually chat with her individually like that. More children over here. They're not, they're not lined up in chronological order in terms of their ages or anything specific like that. They've just been rounded up from the... Now, are these children from all parts of the hospital, or are they from special wards, or where have they come from?
They will be mainly from second and third floor. Children who are in the intensive care unit, for example, are probably too ill to make the trip up to third floor to see the princess, unless perhaps some of the long-term children in ICU are there, but I rather doubt it. I would think they would be a bit too young to really appreciate what was going on.
The care by parent unit is an interesting concept. Is that something that is unique to this hospital?
Unique to this hospital, and one of the first in the North American continent. We have a lot of people who come from all over the world to see our care by parent unit, which has been in operation here since we opened, and for many years at the Old Children's Hospital prior to the opening of this one. Seems to me we're back to the children that thought she was going to wear the blue dress.
I've just been given a breakdown of what it is that the Princess Diana is wearing, and indeed it is red, as we may all have seen. It is a red wool suit with a white silk blouse. And it looks terrific. Mind you, I don't think there's been an outfit she's worn since she got here that hasn't looked terrific.
I wonder if she wore red, thinking that that would be a color that would appeal to the children.
Very, very possibly, because it does. It does, doesn't it?
She's even color coordinated with the building.
And I
Her
bet she
building
didn't
is
even know
red.
that. Lucky coincidence. It's so delightful to see all those smiles on the children's faces. I'm sure this has really made their day. Now it looks as if she is leaving the solarium now and heading up to the oncology area.
She's now being presented to Dr. Rob Hill, who is the head of the Department of Pediatrics, and I believe he will be escorting her into the ward, which we refer to as 3B, which is a medical ward, but it's basically a ward where the oncology patients go. Looks like she stopped to talk to a mom and babe there, and now she's moving on towards 3B.
It's a very thoughtfully designed hospital. There's playrooms throughout, as I understand, and the designs are very conducive to, delighting children and being childlike.
Well, certainly a lot of thought was put into making it be an environment that would appeal to children. And when people come in and say, we really like your hospital, we're impressed, but we're even more impressed when the children say, hey, this is a neat place.
Yes.
Because that's the audience that we were targeting.
Yes, that's right.
But lots of interesting decorations on the walls, a lot of thought being given to colors, because I think children generally like colors, and it gives them
Bright
a
colors.
happy sort of feeling. Now the princess is being introduced to Dr. Teasdale.
Sometimes it just goes out of the mood.
Dr. Teasdale seems to be giving her a little background information.
Okay, now they're moving along again, and I'm not too sure if we're going to lose sight of her this time, or... Okay, we'll stay with her for the time being.
I believe she'll be going down this short corridor and then turning to her left, where she will be introduced to Sam Singh.
Oh, so she is going to see Sam Singh now, is that...
I think that's where she's headed.
Okay.
But I would say that she's it looks like at the
Yes, it
moment
looks
she's
like
gone
she's-
into another patient's room
Yes.
en route.
Okay, we're going back outside once again to see what kind of action is going on out there. A couple of children, ribbons,
Excitement?
excitement.
So is there a reason why
I wonder what they're looking at the moment. Something seems to have captured their
Exactly
attention.
sure. It might just be the child's imagination. Okay, now it seems to me that the princess is probably visiting our Make-A-Wish child, Sam Singh, or at least is on her way to do so.
I would say that she has seen Sam Singh, and it looks like she is now about to leave the oncology department. There's one child that's got a good view up on somebody's shoulders.
It certainly does.
Oh, there's
Yeah,
another one.
some squeals of delight. Okay, there
No,
she is.
she's headed
going
now
in.
towards the elevators. Giving a round of applause.
A round of applause. So she's now leaving
Yeah, she's now leaving the third floor.
the third floor.
Yes.
Okay, so
Here she is now down in the main foyer.
main foyer, more applause. And she's meeting with some of the...
These are some of the board members
Board
now
members.
that she is meeting with. Unfortunately, because of the heads, I can't pick
Sure.
out any
Yeah, it's a bit difficult from this
people
vantage point.
for you, but I guess she has decided to take a few moments just to speak to them. The lady that she's shaking hands with now is Mrs. Duffus, and Mrs. Duffus is one of our board members, and she's in charge of special events. Delightful lady. The gentleman that she's about to shake hands with, I believe maybe she is shaking hands with him now, is Mr. Hoffmeister, and he's the chairman of the research division, and he's also the president of Children's Health Foundation.
You were saying earlier that some of the children saw her yesterday when she opened the Variety Club playground with her husband, Prince Charles.
That's right. That's out in Burnaby,
Yes.
and it's a playground for disabled children. And so some of the children were taken, some of the disabled children were taken to the playground and actually did meet both the Prince and Princess of Wales at that time. They came back and I talked to a couple of them, they were just ecstatic because both the Prince and the Princess had taken time to stop and to speak to the children, and it was just a very thrilling time for them. Looks now like she is being seated to sign our guest book.
That's it. Get a good view of her now.
And then I believe following the signing of the guest book, she will be presented with the 2 T-shirts that we mentioned earlier in the program that we're hoping she will take home and give to her children. And the T-shirts will be presented by 2 of our special patients. Looks like she and Mr. Pitfield are having a little laugh there.
And those will be presented in the lobby, will they?
I believe they will be presented in the lobby. Here, that's being done now.
Oh, yes.
One of the presenters is Carrie
Oh, how
Baldwin, and the other one is Dougie Henning. I believe in the envelope there will be the letters that the children have written to her. And there we're getting a view of both Carrie and Dougie, who are patients that are well known to Children's Hospital.
Okay. So she's collected all of her goodies. I don't know.
She's going to have a few more
More
there.
flowers. Another daisy chain and a rose, it looks like. Lovely. And some more applause. So we follow the Princess Diana out to the main entrance of Children's Hospital and to her waiting motorcade.
Well, it's nice that the sun's shining for her departure.
For her departure,
Looks
particularly,
like
yes.
a
Yes.
reasonable sort of a day.
Can't quite see her. A couple of heads in the way.
And so she's shaking hands with her escorts.
Okay. And all in all, I'd say a very successful
very
little
successful,
tour.
delightful.
It went off without a hitch. There were absolutely no problems. She seemed to have a very, very good time. She will be joining her husband, Prince Charles, at the BC Complex, and then they will see a few of the pavilions at Expo this afternoon before departing for Japan.